everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I talked a few weeks ago about finding balance and I will link that video up in the cards, but I thought that today I would give you some of my tips and tricks about managing your time. I know that I'm seen as someone who is super organised and has all the projects on the go and never misses a deadline, and while some of that is true, one thing I always tell people is I didn't start off that way. I didn't start off being able to write as much as I do. Books used to take me literal years to complete. It took a lot of time, a lot of trial and error to get me to the point I'm at now. But how did I get there? Let's jump into it. Step 1. Log everything. For me, this looked like making a note of what I did, and when I did it, I included the time, the place, the mood, pain levels, etc, etc. What I wanted was a way to look at a glance at how much I could feasibly manage in a month. I stuck to a month because that was back then just how I did my minimal planning. I would set up a list on a private blog and call it my to-do list. The goal was to have some idea of what I managed without pushing myself too much. The last thing I wanted to do was make myself sicker or run into problems if I overloaded my time and the like. Now, one thing people don't always realise is that I have a very small window of time to get things done. I usually have at most about 3 to 4 hours of working before my body will wave that little white flag and call itself done. So that meant that from the start, even without a writing routine and dedicated time of day or anything like that, I was aware that on good days I could do a lot, but also good days were rare. I didn't want to fall into that trap of having a good day, so doing all the things I could and then end up with a run of bad days and fall behind again. So I logged everything and it was a bit of an eye-opener. Back then I could manage a chapter if I pushed hard, so I didn't start there once all the data was collated, and I had some idea where all my time went. Step 2. Start small. So where did I start if I knew a chapter would be pushing myself? I started small with a page a day. You should too, because whether you're chronically ill and or disabled yourself or not, you don't want to overload yourself. You do not want to set yourself all the tasks and then feel a little disappointed when you don't manage them all. This is just the start. You can and should build things up in time, which I'll talk about more in a moment, but you shouldn't start with a very full plate. Like I said in that balancing video, you need to be honest with yourself. You have to really think about what you're hoping to achieve. After all, I did all of this to create both a writing routine and a way for me to work consistently. That was the goal for me, and I've achieved it in my mind, but you need to work out what your end goal is. What do you want to come from this? Where are you hoping to end up? Only you can answer those questions, and only you can know what the point of all of this is for you. But starting small helps you work out what to do next. Step 3. Build up as you can. Like I just said, you can build up to a bigger workload when you're ready. I know the urge is to try and rush this, but you really can't do that because going that way leads to things like burnout. Having lived through my own burnouts more than once, I can promise you that that is not something you want to happen to you. So take it slow. Do not do 1 week and think, yeah, I can manage everything now. That's just going to lead to disappointment, or worse, you thinking that this isn't going to work for you and giving up. This will take time. It will take a lot of time. The point is to get to a stage where it's sustainable, and that means not overworking yourself or making it so you can't work when you're supposed to because you're just so overwhelmed with all you need to get done. A lot of the time I've seen people who have a plan. This plan is to get this much stuff done, and they don't really think about just how much all that work is. Because of that, they end up falling flat on their faces, burned out, overwhelmed, and unable to know where to start. You don't want to be like that, and if you're trying to manage your time, you also don't want to be letting other important things fall by the wayside. Slow and steady wins, and that's even more true here. And step 4, leave room for mistakes and setbacks. Again, this wouldn't be a Joey video if I didn't talk about rest days, but that's not actually the whole story with this step. There will be days when you need to rest, and no, you don't have to earn that, but there will also be times along the way where life happens or things go wrong and you need to try and get back on track. I want to be clear here that I do not mean use your rest days to work. I mean there should always be a few buffer days in there as well. This way you have some breathing room when it comes to mishaps. Like when I was doing my sticky notes as a way to plan my time, I would have catch-up days. If I didn't need them, great, more time to relax. If I did, there was a time there as a way for me to really just breathe on the days when work was a lot more than I thought it would be. So leave some breathing room, since we all need days to catch our breath, and it eases the pressure. It allows you to know that if you don't get everything done that one day, all is not lost. So there we go, those are my tips and tricks or steps when it comes to time management, or starting with time management. Like I've said a million times before, I really didn't start here. I really did have to work and get into the stage that I'm at now, and so will you, and it will take time, and you just have to accept that it's going to take time. How long? I don't know, because I'm not you. But you just need to start small, go slow and steady, and finally you will get to a point where hopefully you're happy with your work. So what's one tip you have for managing your time? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post your videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books. All the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.